Hey, what's up guys, this is Jeremiah Derby here. I'm also known as JPD Studios on YouTube, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than I usually do as far as the type of videos I usually do. And I'm sure you guys can notice that there's been a shift over time in the focus of videos and the types of videos that I'm doing on this YouTube channel. When I started this channel out, and I started it mainly as a brick filming, slash art channel, but it was more focused on the brick films and the animations, and it was just something that I was really big into, and over time that began to shift. And now my focus has really started to shift on to my artistic side of things, as far as drawing, as far as comic book art goes. And there are a couple of reasons for this, and it kind of ties into the topic of this video that I'm going to be talking about. And the topic of this video is why you should start your dream project today. I know as artists, we tend to fear starting a large project, or just even, it doesn't even have to be a large project. We just fear starting a task because we fear we won't be able to complete it, or maybe that we're not ready, and we just tell ourselves all of these excuses and all these lies as to why we're not ready to take on a project, whether that be, say, an animation, a comic book, a graphic novel, a manga. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be animation, it could be film. You can apply this to whatever. I apply this to my athletics and sports as well. But we sometimes get afraid to take on these huge tasks because we don't feel we're ready. And the question I want to ask you is, why wait? Why wait to start your dream project? If you wait, the chances that you'll ever start it if you wait are slim to none, because you're not going to get better. You're not going to get better unless you take the step to push yourself to become better, to challenge yourself. And as far as my artistic career goes, as what I was saying, I started out as an animator, and I did a lot of brick films, which, if you don't know, are stop motion animations created with Lego. And I thought at the time that this was all my channel was going to be doing, and all it was going to be focused on. And I didn't realize how much and how quickly that changes. I mean, it wasn't super quick, but it was probably about 5 years that I did brick films before it started to shift to what it is now, towards a more art, comic book art and stuff like that. And I'm still trying to shift it. I want it to be shifted towards not only comic book art, but I want it to be able to teach people my process of how I'm getting better and how they can get better with their art as well, whether it's animation, film, comic book art. It doesn't matter. You can apply these concepts to everything. But there is no better time than for you to start that dream project than today. And the reason that is because your art is going to improve tremendously, just not only by the fact of the challenge, let's say it's a huge project, something that's going to take you maybe months, years. And I've actually taken on projects such as The Killing Joke. If you haven't checked that out, it's on my YouTube channel. I created a 45-minute long brick film in animation that took me 2 years to make. And that that's a long time, and that scares some people. And I think the fact that I was able to pull off, and it wasn't by no means the greatest animation, but you could see the passion there, you could see the love for it, and you could see how much I was improving over the course of that animation. You could see, like, over from the beginning to the end, you could see how much I progressed, because there were scenes that were better than others, and there were scenes that you could tell that I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But what I'm saying is, by starting this dream project, this is the project that you've always dreamed about, the project that you know is going to be awesome, but you've never quite done it, because like I said, either you're scared because you don't know if you're ready to take on a task this size, or you just, you're not ready, you don't think you're ready. And don't believe that. You are ready. You'll never be more ready than you are now. You're gonna improve so much just by you're gonna improve so much just by starting this project, but you're also gonna improve so much and have so much more confidence when you actually finish the project to take on tasks this size. You're gonna learn how to manage your time, because it's gonna be if it's a big project, you can't just work on it whenever you feel. You need to set goals, otherwise you're not going to improve, you're not going to get faster. You need to learn to set goals and stick to them. Be very disciplined about this, because this is how you're going to get better, and this is how my art is continue to grow. I don't know, some of you guys have been following me, and you can tell that my art has really begun to grow, and I'm able to create scenes now. I'm able to create dynamic poses. And by the way, this pose that you see for Wolverine was actually I used a reference, and I actually took a camera, did this pose myself, and took a picture of myself. You can see it right now on the screen. But yeah, so don't be afraid to use reference. And honestly, that's another topic I can talk for another video. But yeah, don't be afraid to use reference, because it will help your art, and it definitely helped this piece. But what I was saying was, you're gonna have to learn how to manage your time, and the way you do this is by setting goals for your project. So, like I was saying, I did this Killing Joke. I had a goal, was to just finish the film. I didn't care when, I just wanted to finish film. It took me 2 years, and I finished it. And then I had some other smaller projects in between there, nothing too huge. And then my senior year of high school, I decided to take on my first comic book ever. This was a dream that I had, was just to create a comic book. And one day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Why not today? Why can't I do this now? It may not be as good as I want it to be, but it's only gonna improve. And that's the mindset I think you need to have when trying to improve your art, trying to improve as a sequential artist, trying to learn how to be a writer. Whatever it is, you got to put the practice in. And if you want to be a comic book artist, you're not going to be able to be one if you're not drawing comic book pages. I mean, that's as simple as it is. And I've been watching numerous videos on this, and just studying. And I put all this research that I've been doing, I tested it, and I just continue to test it, and all I've seen is great results. So you just really got to put the practice in and just start creating. So many people get stuck on this, I've got this creative block, and if you just start drawing, start putting down your ideas onto paper, learn how to do that, then it's just going to start to flow. And I know sometimes it's really tough. There are times that it gets really tough. But once you learn how to put your ideas down on paper and just start drawing, whatever it is you see in your head, whatever it is you see visually, whether you go out, say you go out of town and you just look at landscapes, look at buildings, and just start drawing them. But I'm getting a little off topic here. But what I'm saying is, you gotta put the practice in. If you want to be a comic book artist, you gotta draw comic books. That's it. You gotta be drawing pages. You gotta be, maybe you're not a writer, and I'm not a writer. I am a writer, but I still have a lot of room to improve. It's not my favorite area, but I sucked it up, and I wrote my first comic book. It wasn't great, but I had to do it so that I could have some pages, and I didn't want to just do somebody else's work. I wanted to do something that was mine, my own original character, which was Rue, and I ended up, the goal was just to see how long it would take me to finish a comic. It took me about 6 months, and I was working on it off and on because I had wrestling season, and and I knew that was going to be how it was, and I wasn't concerned about that. But now I'm starting to set a new project for myself and set some new goals. As you know, if you didn't know, I released Rue Issue 1. You can find it on my website at jbdstudios.com. I released it. You can actually buy it in the store there. But I released it, and now I'm working on Rue Issue 2. And it took me about 6 months to create the first issue of Rue. And now my goal is to reduce that to 1 month. So I'm going to be working on the writing and the drawing. So I'm trying to get the story done this week, and then I'm going to be starting to pencil the pages and lay out all the panels and that. But my goal is to finish this comic in 1 month, just the penciling and inking, because I have no control of the coloring, because I don't want to do the coloring. I'm not that good of a colorist yet. That might be another project is to work on my coloring, but that's not what this project is. And along the way, my goal is to record the whole process, to record it and to share my thoughts on how I go about my process of creating a comic from start to finish, and just sharing it with you guys, because I just want to share it with you guys so you can learn and go out and start creating your dream project. Go out and do whatever it is you've always wanted to do. And I've been doing that for the past, just all my life. I've always wanted to do that, and I've never been afraid to do it, never been afraid to fail. That's probably thanks to my wrestling and the discipline I get from that, and just the mentality. But don't be afraid. Go out and start your dream project today, and feel free to comment. Let me know any questions you might have, and yeah, let me know if you guys like this type of video. I want to do this style of video more often, where I kind of just draw and I voice over and just kind of talk over a certain subject. But just let me know what you thought of this video. If you liked it, let me know what you thought of this piece. I put a lot of work into this one, and I really like how it turned out. But as you can see, I'm still improving, and I'm going to continue to improve every piece. And I'm really excited about Rue Issue 2. Hope you guys are excited about it as well. If you haven't picked up Rue Issue 1, go over to my website at jbdstudios.com. Check it out, and let me know what you think. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see y'all later.